Slang words for the human body. The body in general is sometimes referred to as the bod. These 5 simple exercises will give you a bod you won't be ashamed to show off at the beach. Here are some slang or informal words for specific body parts. Your head can be called your nut, noodle, dome, noggin, or gourd. The book fell down from the top shelf and hit her right on the noggin. Someone's face can be called a mug, usually used in the phrase ugly mug. Get out of here. I don't want to have to look at your ugly mug anymore. A big nose can be called a schnoz, honker, or beak. He's got a nice smile, but a huge schnoz. Eyes can be called peepers, or baby blues for blue eyes. Keep your peepers open, kids. You don't want to miss a minute of the parade. Teeth can be called choppers, ivories, or pearly whites. A dentist might say playfully, "Open your mouth and let's have a look at those choppers." The mouth can be called a trap or pie hole, usually in the expressions "shut your trap" and "shut your pie hole," which are very rude ways to tell someone to stop talking. A double chin is an extra layer of fat around a person's neck so that it looks like they have 2 chins. A slang word for heart is ticker, usually when talking about the health of the heart. For example, an old man might say, "My doctor says my ticker's still going strong." A woman's breasts can be called boobs, girls, twins, cans, jugs, tits, rack, and tatas. Boobs, girls, and twins are typically used by women. Boobs, cans, jugs, tits, rack, and tatas are typically used by men. A woman might say, "I need a better sports bra. This one doesn't have enough support for my boobs." A man might say, "She was so drunk at the party she took off her tank top and showed everyone her tits." Muscular arms can be called guns. "Whoa, look at those guns! Do you lift weights?" Flabby arms can be called bat wings. That refers to the fat that hangs down from your upper arms. Slang words for hands are paws and mitts, often used in the expression, "Take your paws off my bike," to tell someone to stop touching something. General slang words for stomach are tummy and abs. Abs refers specifically to the stomach muscles. "I did 200 sit-ups at the gym yesterday, and now my abs are sore." "I can't believe she has such a tight tummy after having 4 kids." Slang words for a fat stomach include gut, belly, beer belly, pot belly, spare tire, love handles, that's the fat on the sides of the stomach and or back, and muffin top, when the front and sides of your stomach hang over the waist of your pants. A muscular stomach can be called a six-pack or washboard abs. The navel is also called the belly button. For example, "I got my belly button pierced last year." Slang words for penis include dick, cock, manhood, wang, weenie, and wee-wee. These last 2 are usually used with children. Testicles can be called balls, nuts, family jewels, or junk. And slang words for the vagina include pussy, cooter, cooch, vag, vajayjay, snatch, and girly bits. There's also clit, which is short for clitoris. Pubic hair can be called pubes. And some more polite words for the genital region are nether regions, private parts, genitals, and private. Your bottom can be called your rear end, behind, butt, booty, fanny, tush, tail, buns, duff, hiney, glutes, referring to the muscles of your bottom, ass or arse. Slang words for legs include quads. That's short for quadriceps, the muscles of your thighs, or thunder thighs, large and fat thighs. A slang word for feet is dogs, and a slang word for toes is tootsies. When someone has no clothes on, the standard word is naked or nude, but some slang terms for this situation are being in the buff or in your birthday suit. My neighbor likes to sunbathe in the buff in his backyard. Swimming naked is called skinny dipping. Running naked in a public place is called streaking, and showing your breasts or genitals to someone in a public place is flashing the person. If you pull down your pants and show your bare butt to someone, you are mooning the person. I would never go skinny dipping with my friends. I'm too shy. A streaker ran across the soccer field during halftime before being caught by the security guards. Police arrested a guy who was flashing random women in the train station. One of my son's friends got suspended from school after mooning a teacher who told him to be more respectful in class. Slang words for body modifications include ink, meaning a tattoo or tattoos. I just got some new ink on my shoulder. Juice and roids mean steroids, chemicals that artificially enhance muscles. Nobody has muscles that big naturally. He must be using roids. Slang words for bodily functions. The two most common slang words for the action of vomiting, also called throwing up, are to barf or puke. There are many, many more, such as lose your lunch or toss your cookies. I got sick on the airplane and puked all over the person sitting next to me. Peter lost his lunch after 10 minutes on the boat. To release intestinal gas is to fart, cut the cheese, or rip one. Ugh, what's that smell? Who farted? Some people say call of nature when they need to excuse themselves to go to the bathroom. To urinate is to pee, take a leak, or take a piss, and urine itself is often called piss. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Call of nature. They never clean that bathroom. There's piss all over the toilet seat. To defecate is to poop, take a dump, take a crap, take a shit, or go number 2. And feces can be called poo, poop, crap, or shit. The first two are more innocent and are often used with children. The last two are a little more offensive. When you have diarrhea, you can say you have the runs. I'm constipated. I haven't pooped in 3 days. Today started out terribly. As soon as I left the house, I stepped in a big pile of dog shit. Whenever I eat oily food, I always have the runs later. When a woman is menstruating, we say she is having her period. There are also many euphemisms, indirect ways to say it, such as, it's that time of the month. Some women get emotional and easily upset around the time of their period, so when a woman is cranky, some people say it's PMS, short for premenstrual syndrome, or she's PMSing. The doctor who specializes in the female reproductive system is a gynecologist, but many women call this doctor a gyno. My period is late. I wonder if I'm pregnant. Stay away from Wendy during that time of the month. She has serious PMS. I need to make a gyno appointment this month. Your nose contains a substance called mucus, but 2 slang words for it are snot and boogers. A slang word for a pimple is a zit, and another undesirable bodily trait is to have BO, body odor, the bad smell when someone doesn't use deodorant or bathe regularly. I sneezed so hard that snot went all over my face. This new facial wash really helped clear up my zits. The guy who sat next to me on the bus had horrible BO, and I could hardly breathe. Finally, we have a number of slang phrases for death. These expressions are usually used when joking about death. They are insensitive and not meant to be used in a situation when somebody's really sad about the death of a loved one. A nicer, more polite way to say died is passed away. Slang expressions for death include croak. He hates shopping for clothes. He'll probably keep wearing the exact same jeans and t-shirt until he croaks. Meet your maker. In movies, when a person is threatening to kill someone, they sometimes say, prepare to meet your maker. Kick the bucket and buy the farm. Some people have what's called a bucket list, a list of goals and experiences they want to accomplish before they die. For example, I definitely want to travel the world before I kick the bucket. 6 feet under, or pushing up daisies, are adjectives to describe someone who has died and is buried. Why should I care about what happens 100 years in the future? I'll be pushing up daisies by then.